Okay, everybody, sorry about that. I am really just testing out going live on the desktop. I did test out going live. Uh, Hopefully, you guys can hear me on my pod mic. But I did test out going live probably a couple months ago on my phone, just because I have a great mic on my phone sitting up there. But I am going to start going live twice a week, at least on Tuesdays and Thursdays, rather than doing long form videos on those days. I'm going to go live. And I kind of had an idea of actually going live while I'm working, just kind of like if I have a project I'm working on, it's going to take an hour or two for me to do, and it's not really editing and stuff like that because I work in IT. Is it just actually go live, keep it live for the whole time I'm working, and anybody can pop on, can kind of ask me things, and we just kind of keep it really casual like that. And then sometimes I kind of pop on and do more of a live questions and answers. Um, but the dilemma, yes, there's there's a dilemma, is I'm in Thailand right now. So I've been putting off going live for so long because I let me move this mic closer, because just because of the time difference. And to kind of hit maybe even evening in the United States, for example, I would have to go live right when I wake up in Thailand. Sometimes I'm in the mood for that, and sometimes I'm not. So, like for example, right now it's Thailand. It's 6:30 p.m. in Thailand, so that means it's what time? It's 6:30 a.m. in the morning, East Coast time in the United States. So when I used to live in California, so it's like 3:30 in the morning in California. So I mean, I just got to do what I got to do. Uh, I can't like let it stop myself from going live and interacting. And whoever can pop on, ask me questions and stuff like that. Uh, so that's what kind of why I thought about, like, when I work, I could just go, it's easy for me to kind of go live for an hour or two, and people can just pop in and out and ask questions and engage and stuff like that. So I might do that. On Thursday, we are going to go through a book. We're going to go through U2. I've read this book before. It's a great book. I read it several times. But what I love about this book, I believe it's about 20 chapters, but don't let that scare you. They're one-page chapters. So this is why this is a great book to kind of go through online and kind of do it live, the best we can. Um, Oh yeah, my voice is working. I can see it down there. Because since it's only one-page chapters, that's kind of very easy, because it's easy to read one page and not lose you, and put my commentary in it, and then do the Q&A and everything like that. So I'm planning on doing that on Thursday. I am planning to try to do it in the morning time, Thailand, so it hits the evening in the US. But I'll try my best, because sometimes when I wake up, like this morning, I wanted to go live, and I wake up and I'm just not in the mood. I'm just being transparent. Like, right when I wake up, I'm making my coffee, and like, it's like, yeah, no. But that's what's kind of coming down, just with the lives. And I'm just basically testing everything out, because when we go over a book, I'm going to be sharing my screen. And so I kind of know how to do everything, rather than just on the phone. Makes it more simple, because you can't do that much on the phone, besides just let it sit there. I did think about, as we go live here, I could do a live on Instagram or some other place on my phone, but I'm not too sure yet, just because it's going to be hard to kind of keep up, because I don't have a moderator helping me. So it'll be hard to kind of keep up with the comments, and I got like two things going on, so I don't want to make it like a poor user experience. So I'm kind of thinking about that. And yeah, today was a long day. I'm all sweaty. I'm up in Surin, Thailand. That's up north. I lived in been in Thailand for like 3 years. So I lived in Phuket for like 1 year. Then after 1 year, I went home to visit family. Then I came back. When I came back, I went up to Wahin. Then I lived in Waihin about a year and a half, lived at La Casita, the condo there. That's the condo you can see me making videos in. That's really nice. I ended up breaking my lease there to some, weird stuff going on, and I didn't really like it. And like we all kind of talk about having, standards and boundaries and enforcing your standards and boundaries, and I put up with enough there. So I used to work in law back in the United States, so it was kind of easy for me to, uh, do some law stuff here in Thailand as well. So I kind of broke the lease legally and respectfully. And so after that, we were going to go over to Pattaya to check that out, but then it was still high season. So we kind of decided to come up to Surin to Aang's place. And it's kind of been a good thing because Aang's dad needed some help. Just because he's 71. So, he had some health issues and not eating very good because he pretty much lives by himself. So, I mean, just coming up here, just like simple things, making sure he's taking his medicine, making sure he's eating good, stuff like that. So we've been here like a month and a half. And even though in a month and a half, he's been doing, way better, even looks way better. But Surin is hot. Northern Thailand is hot. There's not as much to do, like, as, in the tourist places and stuff like that. And just checking to make sure I got the comments on and stuff like that. See how this works. Sorry about that. My brain just like gets scattered it a little bit. So when if I could speak English, Surin, I mean, it's hotter up here, especially coming from a beach city. Now, when I lived in Phuket, I lived by the beach. When I Waihin, I lived by the beach. So you at least have a lot more air. Waihin is probably the coolest in all Thailand. It rains the least. Plus, you got the breezy air. That doesn't mean it's not hot, but coming up north is pretty toasty. I can tell you that. So today we went to Big C. Big C is about 30 minutes away up north because Aang's house, she lives in Surin, but she lives in Surin like in the country. Like in Thailand, like they kind of call it the village. You live in a village, and if you come from Europe or you come from, United States, you hear village, your brain like drifts off in La La Land, and you think like they like, do they live in houses? Like, where do they go to the bathroom? But actually, when you come up here, I've been up here before, but when you come up here, when they say the village just means country life. It's just you live in a country. Like you back in the States, you live in a country. It's pretty much what it is. But when they live in a country, a lot of parts are like even though they live in a country, but it's kind of built up like a little village. They have little mom and pop shops really close. But she lives about 30 minutes from the city, which is Surin, but it's still Surin, but just in a country. But when we went to Big C today, that's a big store because I was craving pizza, and they have a really nice mall in Surin. So we went out for pizza in the mall, then went to Big C, went grocery shopping, then came back here, all on the motorbike. So that's why I'm like, that's when I came back here. I was like, whoo, I had to get some water. I had to sit down for a little while. Your body's adjusting to the heat. Like, even though I've been in Thailand for a while, I mean, your body just, each section of Thailand, since it's hotter, more humid, sometimes there's no airflow. So your body's constantly adjusting. And, but that's kind of, and it's been a good experience up here, a learning experience at that part. And that's how I look at it. Like when you come up north, you can kind of see way more what goes on. You can kind of see what real Thai price is, just because if you live in the tourist cities and stuff like that, you get Phalong price. And especially with Phalong price, like I have a great example to kind of share with you here. And like a lot of people think they don't overcharge you that much, or maybe at worst they double the price. But when we came up here to Saran maybe a couple of weeks ago, we took Guy Guy. Guy Guy is Aang's nephew to get his eyes checked and get glasses. And Aang's sister, they already knew how much the glasses are going to be. It was going to be 950 baht or 1,000 baht. So 1,000 baht is like 30 bucks. So they already knew Thai price, but they were in Bangkok working. So Guy Guy's up in Surin. So Aang was going to take Guy Guy to the eye doctor plus get glasses for 1,000 baht. So right before Aang leaves, she says, "Chad, do you want to go with me?" So I was kind of in a mood to go because I was going to take a break from work. So I kind of get away for a little bit. So when I went, long story short, we go in. Of course, they see me. I'm a full on. And, Guy Guy gets his eyes checked. They sit down, to buy, for us to buy, get the glasses. He just needs to pick them out the style he wants. We're thinking it's going to be I always want to lean down here and talk. We're thinking it's going to be 950 baht or 1,000 baht. And we didn't pay it, but ended up being 8,000 baht. So right away, like Aang's calling her sister, like you can't believe how much they're charging us. And she's speaking Thai, but it's like 8,000 baht. But her brother-in-law and sister was like, no, it's 1,000 baht. That's Thai price. And right away, once like her brother-in-law heard it was 8,000 baht, he was like, the first thing he said was like, "Did you take Chad with you?" She's like, "Yeah." Then he was like, "Why? Why did you take Chad?" so that's is such a great example because that's 8 times more than what they charge a Thai. Just because they see you or see a Falong, and I'm not saying it goes on everywhere, but it's pretty common, and it's something you have to get used to. You can't let it bother you. You can't let it be like, "Oh, they're ripping me off," even though you feel like that sometimes. But that's such a great example when people think, "Oh, they don't double charge you," or maybe at worst they double charge you. Like, sometimes it's like 8 times, 9 times, 10 times more. And I'm not even going down a rabbit hole of renting condos, buying houses. It's just the prices are way exaggerated. But that's all for another topic on another day. But anyway, I know it's pretty much with all my followers. It's pretty much you guys are sleeping, but I just want to jump on here, kind of test it out. I do like the desktop way more because I can already put a description in there. I put a thumbnail. You know exactly what it is when you kind of come on. You know exactly what I'm doing, rather than me just pulling it up on the phone. You have no clue what's going on or why I'm talking and what we're talking about and all that jazz. But anyway, I just want to jump on here for 10 or 15 minutes or so and check this baby out so I can get this going. And the next day or so, we can do our good old book review. That's going to go on for like 20 weeks. And then just start engaging more and kind of building a community and getting questions answered, and people know who I am and kind of just know my personality and stuff like that. That you just kind of see the face or personality inside a video, and all that jazz. But anyway, I'll probably start going. It's getting close to dinner time. But blessings to you. Hang in there. Everything's going to be great. If it's not great, I'm going to assume it's great anyway. But blessings to you. I'll see you at the top, and I'll see you in the next live. And I got to figure out how to end this live. Oh, where's the stop button? I know there's a share screen. Okay, end stream. I figured it out. You're thinking like, Chad, you really work in IT? Yes, I do. Okay, I'll see you guys later.